Hi, welcome to Tasty Thursday. Today we're going to be making a dessert recipe that I like to call Fruity Fundue. Now if you've ever done fondue for supper, you know what I'm talking about. Basically fondue, or fondue as it's normally called, but we're calling it fondue, is where you have a stick and then you put either meat or cheese or dessert on it and then you dip it into something. So today we're going to be dipping some fruit and some marshmallows into some pudding that we're going to make. So here are the ingredients that we need for today's recipe. You need an empty cleaned out jar of spaghetti sauce with the lid. You need a package of pudding. You need some strawberries, some bananas, marshmallows, and some pretzel sticks. And we also need some milk. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do, the only ingredients we need right now are our pudding and our milk and our jar. Okay, so we're going to start by taking the lid off of our spaghetti jar, and we're going to open the pudding packet. And I'm using chocolate. You could use another kind if you don't really like chocolate pudding, but this is kind of like a chocolate dip. Okay, and we're going to dump our pudding into the bowl, or into the jar. So I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's going into the jar. Almost finished. And then the next thing we're going to do is add 2 cups of really cold milk. Okay, this is a recipe that has lots of parts that pretty much everybody in your family can help with. Okay, now this is the measuring cup I'm going to use, and this is kind of a different measure because you can use it for wet ingredients in this part, or if we had ingredients that were not liquid, we could use this part, and there are measurements on this side too. But because we're using milk, we're going to use this side that we pour into, and this very top line is 2 cups, and that's what we need. So I know that when I get to the top line, then I need to stop. There's 1 cup. And there's 2 cups. That went really quickly, didn't it? Okay, now what we're going to do is pour this into our jar. And when you do this at home, you want to do it with something that has a spout on it, because then it's a lot easier to pour. So you just pour the milk right into the jar. And it will fill it almost all the way up. And then we're going to put the lid on. You put it on really tight. This is the fun part. Then we're going to just shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your pudding. Shake your pudding. This is Silly Thursday too, in case you can't tell. Okay, so keep shaking. You can see in the bottom we don't have it quite mixed all the way, so we're going to keep shaking. You could have everybody in your family could take a turn shaking. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Okay, now that it's all mixed up, we're going to take this bowl and we're going to pour it into a bowl. Here it goes. Okay. And now we're going to put this in the refrigerator for 5 minutes. So here we go, in the refrigerator. And we're going to set our timer for 5 minutes. And then we're going to check our pudding. Okay, it's just about time for our pudding to be done. It is time for our pudding to be done. So we're going to come to the fridge and we're going to get our pudding out. And while I was waiting for the pudding to chill, I went ahead and cut up some of our strawberries and bananas and marshmallows for dipping. But I saved a few so you can see what I did. So what I do is take 1 pretzel stick and I just cut up bananas into little slices. And you hold it in your fingers like this, and then stick the pretzel stick right in the top. Just like that. So you can see I've already got a few there. We'll do this last marshmallow. You just stick it right in the top. And then put it in your container. Now you can really use any kind of a container. I just happen to have this container that is divided into 4 parts, so I thought that would be good since we have 4 things for dipping. So what you're going to do now is, if you have a little ladle or spoon, that works best for this, and just dip into your pudding. And you're going to scoop some out and just put it into your dipping container. This would be a really nice thing to serve for a summer dessert when it's hot outside and you don't really feel like baking anything. This would be refreshing and tasty. Be perfect. Okay, so here is our Fruity Fundue. I need to go find my taste tester.
Ba 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 banana. Ba 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 banana. Oh, ba 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 banana. Ba 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 banana. Ba 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 banana. Tocari no potato ricani maloma nicano di ba ba banana. Yo plano fu la mano no tu. Ma banana la camopita mo banana. Ba ba banana. Tocari no potato ricani maloma nicano di ba